Hello and welcome to Geo123. In this video we'll explore 4 mechanisms that cause air to rise up in the troposphere. We call such mechanisms lifting mechanisms. Why do we need lifting mechanisms? We know that as the air rises it cools. And we need that lifting of the air to happen so that the cooling happens and we can get the air to the point of saturation, when it reaches its dew point temperature and the condensation take place and form cloud droplets. Our first lifting mechanism is convective lifting, and that's shown in this diagram. And the way that happens here is simply the warming of the air at the surface causes this air to become warmer than the surrounding air. It becomes lighter and more buoyant and rises up. So here the air rises due to buoyancy. Cumulus clouds are the result of convective lifting, and if the atmosphere is unstable, cumulus can rise further and grow to a cumulonimbus, and produce showers and thunderstorms. Our second lifting mechanism is orographic lifting. With orographic lifting there is some sort of orographic barrier, a mountain or a hill, and a large air mass is pushed towards the barrier. Since there is no other way, the air must rise above it. As the air ascends it cools to the dew point. The water vapor condenses and forms clouds on the windward side of the mountain. A great example of orographic lifting in the US occurs along the western side of the Sierra Nevada mountain range in California. As moist air from the Pacific Ocean moves inland, it is forced to rise over the mountains. As the air ascends, it cools, condenses and forms clouds, leading to precipitation. This process is why the western slopes of the Sierra Nevada experience significant rainfall, while the eastern side lies in the rain shadow and remains much drier. The third mechanism is frontal lifting when there are two opposing air masses coming into contact, warm air mass and cold air mass. The warm air is lighter and more buoyant and is going to be forced to rise. Clouds and precipitation along the weather fronts are formed due to frontal lifting, and we will discuss this further when we learn more about the atmospheric fronts. The fourth lifting mechanism involves the convergence of winds, which causes air to be forced upward. For example, in Florida during the day, sea breezes from both coasts converge inland. This convergence causes the air to rise, leading to cloud formation over the interior regions. Those were the 4 lifting mechanisms. Each of them causes air to rise up in the troposphere and consequently to cool down, become saturated and form clouds. Pause the video and match each picture with the corresponding lifting mechanism.